Sorry, I'm talking to myself at the moment until I get this sorted. Yes, it's one of those. But it belongs to a customer, so I can at least give it a go. Let's have a look at this. We're in standby, switch it on. You can't see much. I'm seeing absolutely nothing. Oh, now I am. I'll just switch to the main camera. Yes. That took a time to come on though. So we've got a set of edgelit strips out. Doesn't look too badly burnt up at the bottom here. I thought it was coming on then. You can tap them and they come on sometime. So it may be repairable. Let's just have a look at the model number and see. And yes, of course it is another backlight job. Some people have started moaning about a TV repair channel doing backlight jobs. Well, get used to it. It pays the rent, pays the bills, pays them very handsomely, so I'm going to do them. And without wanting to sound rude, it's my channel, I will do them. If I want to put up 24-hour footage of my cat on my channel, I will. And I'm also quite proud of the numbers. I think we've just hit, is it 17 or 18k? No, that sounds, I think it's less than that. I think we've just hit about 15,000 subscribers. So I'm getting carried away. I don't follow the numbers, I never have. I was very happy when it was 1,000 subscribers. And I was talking to my close personal friend the other day, who's also a moderator on the channel. And she said, oh, you'll notice quite a few people have disappeared. And I went, why? What have I done? She went, no, you haven't done anything, but there's over the last couple of months, there's been a lot of moaning minis about too many backlight channels, or she called them keyboard warriors. Anyway, Tools is a moderator, and she says, I've just been blocking them. I didn't even know you could block people from YouTube. So, you know, constructive criticism is fine. But if you're going to stop moaning about stupid things like, oh, you're doing too many backlight repairs. There's no such thing as too many backlight repairs. I'll change the name of the channel to the backlight channel. Then the ones that moan can bugger off. But if if you're complaining about stupid things, and she did show me an idiot, and I hope he's still on here. Oh, he won't be. He got blocked. Oh no, she said she didn't block him. The absolute idiot. I'd been so frustrated over the last 3 days because I didn't have internet. So I was still recording a bit of content, and I'd also just had a new video card put in the computer, so I wanted to do a test. And somebody really laid into the channel saying, what are you putting this? This is not, we don't, even though the title said test. An absolute idiot. And I think Jules had a go at him. Well, we don't really have a go at anybody, but she decided that that was enough. The very first comment, I hadn't been able to put a video up in ages, and the very first comment, I was so pleased about getting a video up. It was an idiot complaining that this content is not good enough for him. But he has disappeared. We haven't blocked him, but he has disappeared. So just, I'm afraid if you are going to be an idiot, you're going to go. Because this channel was set up to be what it is. It's my little job. I film it. If I do 10 backlight jobs in one day, tough. If you don't like it, set up your own channel. It's different. But if you're going to start publishing, it's not fair to the other people that watch the channel that also send in some constructive criticism or make fair comments or just enjoy a laugh, really. It's not fair for them because you're degrading them and other people that watch the channel. So, with you're gone. I've got two moderators that pass on any comments to me. And apparently there's a button they can press, and I never knew you could block people from you, or I didn't know we had been. I don't think we had been in the past anyway. Oh, there's no model number. There's no model number on this. Look, all it says is void. So it's either going to be an NU, or it could be an RU, could be a KU. Don't know. We won't know until we open it and find out what backlights are in it. I don't know if you've noticed, we seem to be doing an awful lot of these recently, and most of the ones that we've done recently, we've done to quite a good level, because there was a time that I was turning these down because of the prism sheet being burnt up, but recently we're getting ones that haven't been switched to dynamic mode and they've been okay. Oh, incidentally, if you think my carpet's threadbare here, it's not. I have cut out a little bit so I can slide in my mobile camera here. It grips there, because I saw it in a video the other day and it looked like my carpet was coming to bits. Anyway, that's by the by. Let's start removing a few things. When I saw that label at the back, I just had this vision of, oh, I've repaired another one of these with a label on. Well, the fact that the sticky tape is missing here indicates to me that maybe I've repaired this before. Maybe not. I'm sure I'm just thinking that, but... But this is a slightly different design to the one I remember. It's slightly different to the other MUs that I've done this week, but the other MUs were a 49-inch. This is actually a 50-inch. Why would they make a 49 and a 50-inch of something? I'm sure I've done this before. But this is a completely and utterly different design. There is one little clip here. Yeah. Okay. That just felt quite new to me. I don't know why, it just did. If this has been done before, then this would come off really easily. No, I don't think it has. So the way forward when doing these is just to fettle the front, which you can't see. Just to fettle this bit off here first, and once you've managed to do that, there are little clips here. Yep, that's that one. Incidentally, the upside to the comments that we get from time to time, I spoke to, mind you, don't think he was in the comments, I think he emailed me directly. It's always nice when people get in contact and say, I'm retired, but I got bored, I didn't want to play golf, so after watching your video I decided to go and buy some faulty TVs and play around, and that's really nice. I like that. As long as you understand the safety aspect of it, which I don't preach that much, because I didn't really think I didn't think anybody would want to do what I'm doing, but I do get it. If you're retired, you're not a golfer, going out and doing this, finding some TVs and getting them going again can be fun. It can be therapeutic, and it's not a terribly expensive hobby, if that's what you're going to call it. Excuse me a minute, I've got to get around the camera. I suppose it depends what sort of person you are. When I first started doing this, I mean, whenever I repair something, I never jump up and down for joy like some YouTubers do. I don't get that overexcited. But when I first started doing this, I really did understand the excitement of... I've got to switch that back on now because I haven't got a monitor. Switch it to the other one. Of repairing something, so that, you know, seeing something come in not working, giving it back to somebody working, is and was always the biggest buzz. Sorry, I've had to switch that screen back on. All I'm doing, because I'm going to be covering this monitor, I've only got these two at the moment working. There's going to be a big change in here in a couple of weeks' time. But I do need two monitors, but I'm going to be covering this one up. The monitors that used to be over here aren't switched, they're not plugged in because of my new graphics card. Anyway, I need to put that over there. And then when this screen goes up there, I can switch this off now. Switching it off by the switch. I still think this has been looked at. Well, it's got to have been looked at. And if it is the one that I repaired before, I'm quite chuffed because I put it back together quite well. But maybe last time... I wonder if last time I saw this TV, it wasn't a backlight, it was a power supply or something issue. Well, no, I wouldn't take the tape off these sides then, would I? I've just realised I'm having a flipping argument with myself. Getting old. You're getting old, mate. I know I'm getting old. I don't have a problem with getting old. I don't. Apart from the argument I have with myself first thing in the morning, putting my socks on. Nobody teaches you that at school. And when you turn 60, you will try and put your socks on. Oh, damn. Damn. No, it's all right. Nothing's cracked. But I haven't put my gloves on. You've got to have gloves on for this job. Oh. Luckily, I remembered now. Idiot. I can rub my fingerprints off that, it's not a problem. But if I'd have got fingerprints on this glass underneath, that would have been a problem anyway. They always put a little bit of glue down. There we go. It's okay to be a little bit forceful with this bit. It's the prism sheet underneath. And again, there'll be somebody in the comments. Whenever I do these jobs, I talk about prism sheets and you can't get them. And the last time I did this, somebody commented that their proper name is, and they're sold separately. Yeah. I've been doing this job for 10 years. They stopped selling them about 2 years ago. And even if you could get them, they were A, very expensive. Do you remember the last one of these we did? There was a crack about here. A, very expensive, and B, they would arrive to you not very well packed. So they could arrive cracked. They'd come from France. There was none in this country. So expensive, arrived cracked, and you don't get your money back. But I'm probably giving you the impression that comments get to me. They don't. You have to remember I was a broadcaster on a daily basis, I had a daily radio show that went to several thousand people every day. And some of the things, your comments you'd get there would be enough to make you retire. But when you work in radio, you realise that it's all of your colleagues getting it as well. There are just people that want to have a go. And YouTube is no different. So no, it doesn't bother me. And most of them I don't read. I've got a regular few that started with me 9 or 10 years ago. I always make sure I read their comments. But the rest of the time, I can't read them all. Okay. And the reason I did that test video the other day, and I'm so glad I did, I can't believe it's got anything to do with the new graphics card. Well, it can't have. It just doesn't make sense if it is. But I lost the internet. The internet came back. I was wrong. I was blaming the router, and I was asking Vodafone to send me a new router, which they said they would after an engineer's been out. And an engineer had come out, but he says he's not going to come to the house because he's found the fault, and it was down the lane. Not just me, loads of other people. But I said, well, I'm still not back on. And they said, oh. And I said, why don't you listen to me? And, I didn't do this. I'm an electronics expert, and I know telecoms, because I don't know telecoms, and I wouldn't say that. But I was a bit miffed that he hadn't listened to me. And he said, oh, sorry, right, we will send you a new router then, because you should have been back on by now. And then lo and behold, about 8 hours later, I'm back on. So it wasn't my router. Then it went off again. But anyway, the problem I now have, there's always a problem. I'm fed up with having problems connected to anything really. My upload speeds have gone. This video, for instance, will be probably 10 gigabyte once I've edited it down, maybe a bit more. Depends how much I edit out. If I edit out all my moaning, it'll be half a gigabyte. And I can upload half a gigabyte in, less than an hour with YouTube. But then YouTube has to do all this processing, and I think it takes another half an hour for you to see it. But at the moment, I'm getting 3 megabits per second upload speed instead of 15. And it's taking a whole day. Well, took 9 hours to upload the video I put in today. I've checked my cables, and the download speed is bad. It could be a dodgy cable, but I'm led to believe that, with a cable with digital, it's either working or it isn't. The fact that my speed's gone down must be the modem has taken a hit with the storm. So maybe I still do have a problem. It's too much of a coincidence, isn't it, for it to be a cable problem, because I run a long cable from the workshop here. I'm sorry, you probably haven't been able to see a single thing. I've been stuck in that blooming corner while I've been doing this. Sorry. I really should pay more attention. It's too much of a coincidence for it to be all of a sudden at the same time that I lost everything, and now it's come back on, but I'm very slow. It can't be anything else that I've done. Here we go, lift this up. Beautiful. Well, so far nothing's cracked, nothing's burnt. It's all okay. There's bits of dirt everywhere, but you find that. Right, let me go looking for a new set of backlights before I dismantle this. At least I've only put a little bit of tape to put these together. Whereas sometimes they will bubble wrap and extra tape. Yeah, these are the ones. So, usual process. Disconnect. Got to bend those clips over. Stick the new set in. These particular backlights I didn't have in stock. I have bought these from eBay and they weren't very expensive. In fact, when it comes to this sort of job, you can pick up these backlights for about £5 or £6 on AliExpress, but on eBay they're 15 quid. So yeah, 3 times the price, but 15 quid. And if I have a problem with these, if I plug these in now and they don't work, A, I've got video proof, B, it's eBay, there's comeback. So sometimes that extra £10 is peace of mind. Can I use that cliche? But when I mean peace of mind, not just for me, but it's for the customer as well. These are coming off clean as a whistle, not leaving any residue behind. But I've got a funny feeling that I've done these before. Something has definitely happened to this TV before. And I've seen... I just remember... It may be on my channel somewhere. There's no model number on the back and there's lots of silly numbers inside. I just remember seeing that, but anyway, it doesn't make any difference. Really doesn't. bend the clips back on. Trying not to damage the LEDs. Oh, I've just put one back that I've already opened up. Okay, that's one set in. Let's do the next set. Now, bearing in mind this set is okay, but it was probably, well, I won't say minutes away from failing. It could have been months, could have been years. That's the old one, don't take that one off. Sorry, that's the new one, I mean. Prizing the second strip out. There we go. Just trying to think, when I took this TV, started dismantling it, did it have any feet, legs? I don't remember taking those off. And there wasn't a back thing, you know, a back thing, a technical term, a wall bracket. Now we have got a bit of glue residue on this one, so I'm going to have to play with it. See if it'll all peel off nicely. Sometimes it does. Yeah, that came off okay. Bit more this side. If this goes back together okay and it all works, notice if I say if, there's no reason why it shouldn't do, but it'd be interesting to check the backlight settings, because I've got this theory now, whereas if people have left it to the manufacturer's own settings, which is, of course, I think it's called natural, or is it normal on these, and not switched it to dynamic. It's just that extra lift of the backlights or the edge lit strips that seems to burn it out when you switch it to dynamic on these. But I could be wrong, and when I get this working I could go and switch it to picture mode to see what settings, and it could be dynamic. I'd be surprised if it is, because there's not an ounce of anything burning out here. But unfortunately, oh, I squeaked then. I've got more than enough glue residue that I wanted, but only on one side. That's better. That's better. Right, where's my other good strip? It's there. I almost put that one back in. Still a bit more glue. Now I've glued it to the chassis. What an idiot. Let's plug in and see if they all light up. I didn't disconnect them, which I normally do, but something's lit up. Yes. Got some pretty lights again. Anyway. Gloves, thank you for reminding me. Let's put it back together, see what the picture's like. I just want to switch on and see what the coverage is like. I mean, the coverage should be absolutely fine. Let me turn off these other lights. But I may have to push a bit further down. Yeah, there's a slight issue just here. Yes, that's good. There's some marks there which you probably, oh, you can't see, you've got the lights. Okay. That's the best it's going to be. I did see some marks on this side here. There's a slight burn mark here, but there's some dirty kind of print marks. I'm just trying to think why I didn't notice them before, but that was the side that was out, so I wouldn't have seen them before. Anyway, let me get these bits in and on. If the backlights came complete with a new set of prism sheets and a new set of diffusers, ideally, these jobs would be the best jobs to do. Now luckily this one hasn't had much of a burn up, but it's still got marks on it. That's better. Put my glasses on to finish the job off. I think I'm a few millimeters out your way, which is here. Yeah. Just a little bit. Are we inside there? Okay. Touching there, touching there, touching there. That seems okay. I will get my microfiber cloth and I'm just going to give her a little rub. I'm not going to put any gunk on it yet. Up there, up there, up there. Bit bizarre. Yeah, where's the speaker clamps? Oh, the stand clamps, sorry. I know the speakers go there, but I didn't take any stand clamps off of this. There's holes for them. Bit of a mystery. Speakers back in. After I do this, why do I get the feeling that I've missed something? I think it's because a lot of the clamps are missing. Why would they be missing? Has this had a backlight job done before? As I say, I thought I'd done it, but I would always put the clamps back in. Maybe I forgot. Anyway, that's it, isn't it? Speakers on and in, screen back in, lights, new lights in. Clipping back together beautifully. But what's the final thing going to look like? Switch some lights off. Switch on. Well, we get a smart TV, that makes a difference. Has it all gone back as we want it to go back? We got any lines? Has the screen been an arse? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. No problems at the bottom. There's a little smudge mark down. Well, I can't see it, but there was. And a few speckles before, but maybe I can see something, or maybe I'm inventing something. No. Remote control working? Yeah, baby. Smart hub working? So, let's just see what were the settings on. It's going to be natural. Standard. That's the word I was looking for. Standard. Standard, natural, movie and dynamic. Good man. Probably kept it on standard since he's had it from new. Or have I put a set of backlights in this in the past? You'd have thought the customer would have said so, if so, but I don't know. Or has somebody else put a set of backlights in this in the past? Possibly. I'm just very surprised that the metal stand supports are missing from the back, but obviously he wall mounts it. I'm not hearing a click. Did I plug the speaker back in? I don't remember plugging the speaker back in. Not a big deal. I don't think I've plugged the speaker back in. He's got a broken HDMI in the port, which I've now pulled out. I hope this is a working HDMI, because every time I plug one in it doesn't work. HDMI 2 it says. If you say HDMI 2, you say HDMI 2. But there's nothing in HDMI 2. I thought it was HDMI 1. No. So that was a dodgy lead as well, for Fred's sake. It would have been quicker to take the back off and see if I'd plugged the speakers in. Hang on a minute, didn't I just hear a noise? I just heard a noise, didn't I? You're probably shouting, "It's just made a noise, Al. Your speakers are plugged in, mate." Scanning for devices. Don't want you to scan for devices, just pick it up. I don't get this with Samsung and the scanning for devices. HDMI should just be there. Sorry, that was sticking in HDMI 1, so he'd broken a lead off in it. No devices found. Well, the speakers are connected anyway. Oh, it says HDMI 3 now. Oh, it's there. Am I an idiot today? Please don't answer that in the comments. Right, as long as I can hear some sound here, then I'm okay. But I don't remember plugging the speakers back in, but it would have been quicker, rather than faffing with the HDMIs. It would have been quicker just to plug them back in. Beautiful. Got to watch the copyright strike. I got a copyright strike for the DJI Neo thing I sent up a few minutes ago, even though the music I've used on it is from YouTube. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, I tell you. It doesn't. Anyway, they're not the quickest of jobs, these. That's the problem with these. The parts are cheap, but the labour's a bit intensive. You know, it's not 20 minutes. What I've been doing, 1 hour, 40 minutes. Trouble is, when I'm doing a video for YouTube, I chat a lot, don't I? Don't shut up. But I'll have a cup of tea now. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next time.